Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. David Snowpack here from Snowpack Games. Is my webcam working? In OBS, I'm like totally frozen. Let me see if I can fix that. No, I'm not moving. That is weird. That is weird. Switch to my crappy webcam. Ooh, I'm moving in my crappy webcam. Let's switch back to my good webcam. And it's frozen. This was working when I tested it this morning, or I guess it still is this morning, but I mean before going live here. All right, let me try my crappy webcam, and we'll just stick with that. I need way more light. It makes me look really red, like I don't know, just red. I don't look that red in real life. Okay, so I'm down there, but I'm red. Let me just try one more time. Whoa, now I'm super dark. Try one more time to get the normal webcam working. What is going on? All right, the usual IT solution, like unplug it and plug it back in again. Let's see if that works. This is the right thing, I think. Unplugged it. And will it work? Hey! I'm there and I'm not red. Okay. Sorry, guys. So, as hopefully you know, I'm David Snowpack from Snowpack Games, and welcome to the stream. Let's see how many eyeballs we got. We got a couple of eyeballs. As always, I have no idea who is watching, who is there, unless you say hi. So if you're watching, please say hi. If you're working on a game project, let me know what it is. I'd love to hear about it. The way that we usually like to start these streams is by playtesting the game that we've been working on for the last, I guess, months now. Retro Tank Party. Over the last few weeks, we've been converting it to a new network synchronization method, rollback and prediction, as used in competitive fighting games, mostly. It's used in other kinds of games too. We're not actually going to be hacking on that today, but I still would like to play test it. I have made a bunch of improvements to how it handles packet loss. Hey Ross, good morning to you as well. Let me get the link for the current version of the game. And I'll put it in chat for you guys as well. Let me get a match ID real quick. It's best to play it in Chrome. There are issues with copy and paste in Firefox and some other browsers. So I'm going to get this match ID posted into chat. Anyone out there who would like to get in on the playtesting, especially if you are very far away from the Midwest of the United States, that will really help to stress the networking there. So while we're waiting for some people to join, let me let you know what I've been doing since last time. So on the last stream, we were working on trying to start implementing some deterministic network physics, because you need to have deterministic physics for rollback and prediction, like we have been working on. And we didn't get terribly far in the stream. And I actually haven't worked on it at all since last stream, because I became obsessed with trying to solve this packet loss issue that we've been having, which is basically that with WebRTC, everything seems to be working as it should. When I add a certain amount of latency, I'm seeing it perform the way that I would expect it to with that amount of latency. But when we get even the littlest bit of packet loss, things go crazy. Like we add 1% packet loss, and then it starts acting as if the latency had gone up by like 100 milliseconds, or as if the packet loss was really like 10% instead of 1%. And during the last stream, Ross, who was on the current stream, thanks for coming again, Ross, had this comment about flow control, and I don't remember exactly what his comment was, but there's no flow control in my code. That is, there's nothing that says like, oh, it seems like the network is getting congested, or oh, it seems like there's some packet loss, so like act differently to try and compensate for that, like send less packets, or you know, something like that. But it got me thinking that maybe there's something built into WebRTC that does flow control, that it's detecting the packet loss, and then it's making things even worse for us than they should be just from that packet loss. And I did a bunch of research, and there totally is such a thing. WebRTC uses a couple of different protocols. The one that it uses for the data channels, which is what we're using for the communication in the game is a protocol called SCTP, which apparently stands for Stream Control Transmission Protocol, which has some built-in flow control. It will detect packet loss, and then it will actually like do a bunch of different things depending on how severe the packet loss is and over what period of time to try and like slow down how much data you're sending. And it's also interesting, as I was researching this, I found out that this protocol doesn't care how many bytes you are sending, because it is not stream-based like TCP. The only thing that is counting is messages. And we are sending these teeny tiny itsy-bitsy messages, like 135 bytes when the message is full, right? Which is tiny, but we're sending a lot of them. So it doesn't matter, like if the messages were like 1K instead of 135 bytes, it would still be counting how many have we lost and using that to decide when it's time to kick in its flow control. So anyway, I spent a ton of time just digging into the guts of WebRTC and this protocol and trying to figure it out. I was chatting with Ross about it a bunch on, ooh, Ross is in the match, awesome. There was some pretty high latency going on there, Ross. Are you using like a thing to add some latency or packet loss to your connection? But Ross gave this link to some Stack Overflow article somewhere where someone was saying they to deal with this problem or a similar problem, they were watching this like buffered amount variable on the like WebRTC data channel object, and it turns out that that isn't exposed in Godot. So I worked on making a patch to Godot, which has already been merged. Fabio, the maintainer of the network stuff in Godot core, helped me put it together and merge it right away, so it should be available in Godot 3.4.0 when eventually that comes out. And for now, like, I'm custom compiling Godot for like a bunch of reasons. Oh, Ross says he is not doing anything to mess with the connection. Yeah, I mean, it's good for testing when the RTT is really high. So I don't know if anyone else is going to jump in. I'm just going to real quick, again, throw this link in the chat, since there are a few more eyeballs here than there were when I started. If anyone would like to play test the new this sort of in-progress version of Retro Tank Party, which has some stuff that I added to try and help deal with the packet loss situation, particularly anyone outside of the United States or very far away from the Midwest of the United States, that would be awesome. Otherwise, if no one joins in, I don't know, 30 more seconds, 60 more seconds, you know, we'll just test it with me and Ross and see how that goes. He does have some really high RTT, so we'll see. Oh, and I mentioned it earlier, but definitely use Chrome if you have Chrome. There are some issues with copy and paste in different browsers. Elliot is saying, I can't paste my password in that online version. Give me a second. Are you using Chrome? I've had people say, like, sometimes it doesn't work in Chrome too, which is also weird. I've mostly had it, like, sometimes not work in Chrome when I'm playing on itch, but this is not an itch. Anyway. Whoa! Did you see that RTT? That jumped up to like a second, like 1.2 seconds. All right, we'll see if Elliot can get in, and if he can, we'll give it a try. If not, in Chrome, yeah, having issues with pasting in Chrome. I've had that too. I don't know what's going on. I do have it on my long to-do to try and make these UUIDs have like a shortener for them, something that will just maintain like a little database of the UUIDs and then have like some shorter version that it can kind of use as an alias, and because these UUIDs come from Nakama. Ah, Ross says, in Chrome, keyboard shortcut for paste didn't work, but the UI button to paste worked fine. HTML5 is a war zone, guys. It's crazy doing games in HTML5. Elliot, you gonna get in there? Let me see if there's anything else I have to show or talk about before we that we can do while we're waiting. Yeah, I mean, really, that's it. Like, so there's, yeah, the RTT is jumping up like crazy. I don't know if that's on your end or my end. It could very well be on mine because I'm streaming. Yeah, so the buffered amount thing, which seems to help a lot in the HTML5 version, it doesn't seem to help as much in the desktop version. And then while I was reading about the protocol, I made some other changes which seemed to help quite a bit in both the desktop version and the HTML5 version. We were doing a thing where we were configuring our data channel to not be reliable at all, with the idea that like we want this to be just like UDP. But when I was digging into SCTP, it turns out that it will always try to ACK messages. Even if you're saying be totally unreliable, it will still send those ACKs back, and it will still use whether those ACKs have been received or not to make its determination about when it's going to kick in its flow control. So I was like, well, us sending more messages just makes the situation worse. So why not rely a little bit on the reliability? You can actually say, keep trying to resend a message up to a certain amount of milliseconds. So I made that be a very small amount. I think it's like 66 milliseconds. It will try to resend the messages. And then I added some code to try and avoid sending duplicates, with the idea of every time we're sending a new message, we're increasing the message counter number. Like each message gets an ID, and it's using those to check if they've been ACKed. So let's not us send duplicates. Let's let it send duplicates, and then we'll go out of our way to never send the same data twice. And that seemed to really help. So Elliot says, go ahead. It'll take him 2 minutes. All right, well, let's just give it a try. Let's just give it a try. Whenever you are ready, Mr. Kletke. Here we go. All right. So the game isn't any less buggy than it was before. I haven't done any new work on like trying to make it work better in rollback, because it is not fully ported to rollback. Yeah, that's looking smooth. That is looking super smooth. We put up the debug info here. You can watch RTT. Oh, and we're only getting a little bit of rollback. And I'm not seeing any rubber banding. It's looking beautiful. Of course, Ross is only like a 2-hour drive away from me, so it is not the best stress test. I'm not actually really trying to win, which I hope is obvious. We'll see if it restarts correctly. It restarts correctly. Yeah. RTTs are strangely high, but it doesn't seem to be affecting, doesn't seem to really be affecting how things are playing. Alright. Well, I'll consider this a successful test. I don't know. We could keep playing till the end of this round and see if we lose sync. If we lose sync, that would be really bad, considering we are so close. I don't see how we could lose sync, to be honest. Like, watching... Ooh, remote lag spiked for a second. That was interesting. And then we, like, completely went back to normal. I wonder on your end, Ross, did you see my character go all crazy? Because remote lag would mean you're predicting 10 frames if it went up to 10, which would have made some crazy jumping around for my tank. I don't know. I don't know. How about we'll just take a break from testing this for now, and if Ricardo or Andy K or Yaroslav or any of those folks who I know are over on another continent show up, then we can give it a test again. But yeah, everything seemed perfect. If it could just always play like that, that would be amazing. I guess I could have tried artificially introducing some latency. Yeah, I believe that you saw a little bit of rubber banding given like those couple of remote lag spikes, but yeah, I don't know. One option would be introducing some artificial latency and trying to play that with us, but I don't know if that makes sense. All my tests are like with introducing artificial latency, so I kind of want to see what the real world latency is like. All right, so we'll take a break from that. Like I said, we are not this week going to be hacking on netcode or physics or any of that complicated stuff. We're going to take a break and work on something super fun. It was suggested in Discord by somebody, I can't remember, like as a joke, like, oh, we should have a way that people who are watching when things get boring could like queue up a video and then like we'll all watch a video together. And I was like, you know, like a StreamBot thing would be kind of cool. And Ricardo had an amazing idea, which we're going to have to implement sometime. His idea was to have like a StreamBot mode for Retro Tank Party that scans for match IDs. And when a match ID is found, to have the bot just like join whatever that match is as a spectator. And then like whenever people on chat are playing a match, we could have it come up. But we're going to be setting our sights a little bit lower. Building this StreamBot. I have a couple of ideas. If anyone else has any ideas that we could quickly implement on stream, I'm definitely open to them. So I do my streaming through Restream. That's how I am appearing simultaneously on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and Steam and Periscope. I think those are all the places. And Restream has functionality where it can get all of those chat messages and kind of aggregate them together. And for some of them, it can actually relay them. So when people talk on Discord, it'll go over to YouTube. Or when people talk on YouTube, it'll go over to Twitch or whatever. So they have an API that I can hook into. And last Friday in the evening, I set up the basics for that. I'll show you what's working now. It's like really not much. So here we go. This doesn't show anything, but down here, it's basically just spitting out everything I'm getting from the API. So if I type a message into stream, some activity happens here, and let me see if I can find the actual one, because there's a lot of different messages here. There's saying that it was successfully relayed. Okay, here we go. Here's the one with my actual message. Reply created. Payload, blah, blah, blah. There's the text of my test message. If anyone takes this moment to type anything into chat, we can see what it comes through from wherever you're watching, how it will appear in the JSON here. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know how on some streams they'll have like that like list of chat that appears over the stream so that everyone can see the chat in the video? I'd like to make one of those. I don't know if I'll actually use it. Those kind of things actually make me really nervous. Oh, here we go. Ross typed something. We'll see if Ross's message came through. Here we go. Display name, Ross Kletke came through. Where's the text of your message? You are not a bot. Bot is false. And here's the text. Testing 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I want to build one of those things where it shows the chat over the screen. I don't know if I actually use it because that seems kind of dangerous to me. I worry about people coming into the stream and just typing like disturbing, inappropriate, random junk, and then now it's permanently in the video, and I can't do anything about that. But I'd like to build it just to build it. Something that I would actually like to use, I think it would be cool to have where whoever chats, like their username will kind of like bounce around the screen for a little bit. So then there's like a extra added little feedback, a little bonus to people who decide to chat, because I want people to chat. I want more people to chat. Unrelated to integrating with chat, but just for my stream stuff in general, it would also be really cool, like in the beginning of my stream, I say stream starting in 10 minutes and it counts down. It'd be really cool to put like some crazy shader swirly thing so people have something to watch. And then again, like the chat username thing bouncing over, because it'd be really cool if people would actually hang out before the stream started. And it would have some incentive to chat, because that would make their username bounce around and stuff. So let's get started on building this. So my scene here, actually let me stop the stream tools. We don't need to be running. Let's start with just putting a thing that will show the chat. We will add a, what would that be? That would be a rich text label. And we will call this, I don't know, chat text box. And we'll make it some arbitrary size. We'll want to kind of hover it over here-ish. And we'll write some code for it. I'm thinking we'll have a separate script for this chat text box, because I kind of want to have the ability to move it in or out of whatever scene I'm going to be running during the stream. Oh, and let's rearrange the code for this project, actually, because, so like right now, because this is just like a dumb project that I use to show my countdowns, like this is what was in here before I started adding this this restream stuff. It's just like blah, like stuff is just stuck out there. Let's make this a little more orderly. We'll make a source directory And I guess let's close Godot. Godot might deal with it. We'll leave Godot open, see what happens. And let's move, say git move, I guess the chat scene and the main scene. Or actually, no, you know what? To make Godot happy, we'll do the moving in Godot, and then we'll just update Git about it. So we'll move these things over into source. And within source, I kind of would like to rename some stuff. We won't call this main anymore. We'll call this like countdown. Rename. Countdown. Countdown. And chat, that's named fine. I kind of would like to put them in their own directories, actually, because I'll probably make a bunch of little like sub-scenes and stuff. So let's make a new folder. We'll make a chat folder and a countdown folder, and drag the chat stuff into there, countdown stuff into there. We might need to update some references and things. But we can see if it still works. I will just try starting the countdown scene, see what happens. Make sure our move was good. Yeah, still seems good. And the chat scene. Ooh, it's already got some stuff in there. I wonder if it loads up like recent events when it first connects or something. Okay, so all seems good. We'll just add this in Git. Yeah, reorganized code. Push that. So, by the way, all of the code for pretty much anything I'm working on is open source and available on GitLab. So this particular project, if you are curious to look at the source later, you can find here. There's not that much interesting in it. The most interesting stuff is probably the Restream API stuff that I added last week Friday, which is kind of garbage code. It works, but it's like, it's bad. It's got some race conditions in it. It just kind of like works because it doesn't try to do things too fast. I will make it better one day if I end up really like depending on this code. But anyway, if you're curious and you want to check that out, it is up there. It is very simple. It's more or less just doing some OAuth junk to get authenticated and refresh our authentication every time that expires, because it expires like every 5 minutes, and then opening a WebSocket to the chat, because it's kind of like a WebSocket stream that's sending us the events from chat. All right, so in our chat scene, we have our chat text box. We're going to attach a script to this. And we're going to set it up so that we can call some function to add a chat text. And this will have the username that chats at me or us, or is chatting in general, I guess I should say, and the message string. And I kind of want the messages to disappear after a little while. I'm not sure how to implement that. Let's just start with the naive thing. We'll just throw the things in there forever and see what happens. So rich text label, is it still, what is this field called? Text, all right. So a new text chat message comes in. You'll add it to text with, we'll say, I don't know, username will go here. And the message will go here, username, message, and that's good enough for now. We'll add some BB code at some point to style that. Or I guess we could do that right away. That's not really too hard of a thing. We'll look at Godot's BB code syntax, because I do not know how standard it is compared to other BB codes. And we'll like make the person who's saying the thing blue or something. Hey, blue, color blue. We'll do exactly that. And maybe bold and blue. Here we go. So we'll say color. And I actually don't know if it's going to be happy about the fact that I put this in square brackets, but I guess we'll find out in a second. There. And let's give this a try. I'm thinking just for testing, I'll just have something that throws something in there really quick. Unready var chat text box. Grab a reference to our chat text box. Chat text box, add chat text. Some guy says hi. Let's just run that real quick, see what happens. Nope, that didn't work. All right, I think there's actually a different property for the BB code. There totally is. Okay, so we'll have to enable the BB code, and then this property is called BB code text. All right. BB code text. Try that again. There we go. Some guy says hi. All right, and we're going to want the messages to, I guess, move down. Because that's how chat works, right? Do we want the new messages to appear below? I guess we do. We don't want them to go like backwards because that'll be weird. We want them to go down. We want the ones above to eventually disappear. So let's add a bunch of messages and kind of see how that works. And I guess this needs a new line at the end. I didn't do that right away. We'll say for in range, we'll add 10 of them. Some guy says hi. Okay, let's add a whole ton more. I want to see this. I want to see what happens when it runs out of space. It adds a scroll bar. That's not what we want. Okay. Let's see. What properties do we have here? Fit content height. Label automatic. Nope. Scroll active. No. So wait, actually, hang on. Active means what? True scroll bar is visible. Saying false will not block scrolling completely. Okay. Scroll following. The window scrolls down to display new content automatically. We don't want selection. Okay, let's make this box a little smaller. And let's see how that works. Okay, I guess I should actually put like some numbers or something in there so I know which line is which. Say hi times random number I. And if this works, we'll test it for real. Or I guess, well, we have to connect it up with the API, and then we'll test it for real. Okay, that seems fine. You know, it gets so many lines, and then the top gets cut off. Okay, so right now we have this on restream chat data received signal callback, and we want to get the new chat messages and show them. So where the heck did I put the Restream API docs? I thought I had them. All right, well, I have a link to them here. So this event ID will tell us what the event is, and we only really care about text chat messages. So we'll look for event ID 4, 5, 11, or no, text, yeah, 11. I should be writing these down. Let's just make a little buffer here. So ID 4, 5, 11, 13 for Facebook page, Periscope. I don't know that anyone actually watches on Periscope, but I am streaming to Periscope. If anyone's watching on Periscope, say hi. Discord, is number 1. Clearly because Discord is the most important. And I don't have LinkedIn. So those are the IDs we care about. It would be kind of cool to like show an icon or something for the different services so that we could see who's chatting from YouTube or whatever, but that's a next iteration problem. Okay, hang on. And I need to look at sorry. I accidentally showed some of my personal email. Eep. I want to look at the structure of this message. So author, bot, blah, blah, blah. This actually doesn't look quite right. Let me look in when we were running it for real. Or actually, I saved some in my document here. Yeah. Okay, so we are looking for event, the action of event, and then I guess it goes into what is event type inside of? It's not inside of the top level. This is really confusing to read. So then there's payload, and inside of payload is event payload, but that comes to an end before this. So, okay, so all right, let's start writing a little code here. So if data action equals event, then we know that there will be a payload. So var payload is also a dictionary equals data payload, and then within the payload, I believe, is this event type ID. So our event type ID equals payload event type ID with the right case. And then we want to say if event type ID in, and we'll check these different integers. So 1 for Discord, I remember, 4, 5, 11, 13, 15. It was almost like, well, okay, 4 was in there. I was going to say this is like a lot of prime numbers, but it's not actually. Okay, so if in event those, then we know that it is a text chat from one of the services. And then we are going to somehow or another do our chat text box add, not add, what is it? I already deleted that test line we had. Let me see what, add chat message, add chat text. Add chat text. Okay, so we need to get the username out somehow. Dictionary. And let's go look really quick at this again. So inside of payload is event payload. And that, oh my god, I feel like I missed these. And that has the actual data here. And I think these event payloads are different, if I remember from the restream thing. So we get to, yeah, so then these different event payloads have these different structures. So we'll have to look at each individual one for the thing that we're working on, which I guess we'll do, let's do YouTube first. Oh, Elliot says Periscope is shutting down in December. Yeah. So Twitter should have like a streaming thing. Like it seems perfect for Twitter. I don't know why they're shutting this down, but whatever. So let's start with YouTube, because that is where most people are watching anyway. And this is what the event payload looks like for YouTube. So go over here. I guess we have to grab the event payload. Event payload. Event payload. And I'm going to give all these types. I like giving everything types. And just to keep things simple, I guess, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll say if not in this, then return. And I can lose a level of indentation here. And then we'll do like a match thing on the event type ID. And YouTube, I forget which number YouTube was. YouTube text is ID 5, so we'll match on 5, and we'll grab from the event payload. I remember it was author, and then something else for YouTube. So ID, avatar, display name. Okay, so we want display name. Oh, we also need to check if it's a bot or not. Do all of these have a bot boolean? Yeah, okay. Let's be sure to check for the bot boolean before we carry on here. We'll say if if event payload, we'll sort of make the assumption that maybe it doesn't have the bot boolean. Oops, this is .get. And if it does not have it, we'll just assume false, that it's not a bot. So if bot return, and all right, author, and the other property was display name, and then it was text, I think, event payload text. Oop, didn't mean to do that. All right, I just like to print out the data. We'll just have it always print out the data up at the top. Okay, so theoretically, this should allow all of you stream viewers on YouTube to say something in chat and have it appear in the box. So I will try. I'm actually not on YouTube right now. Oh, okay, here we go. In this YouTube studio thing, I can say something. I said something. Did anything happen? Looks like no. Okay, it appeared over there. And it appeared in here! There was just a big delay! Elliot says, yay! Sweet. So, OBS has this tendency to not let me change things once the stream has started, but let me show you how I imagine this working for real. I want to change the clear color, that will make the background of everything, to full green. Alright, and then we will rerun the scene. And right now that just looks like green, but oh, I had that in another place? Well, so I sort of had this set up here. Okay, so this is the one without the Discord thing at the bottom. We go over here, so it should still be there. Or actually, okay, no, Discord, OBS won't record it if I don't have it open on a screen. Let me move this over to my other monitor. Stream tools. Come on, where is it? There we go. All right, it says OBS. OBS may or may not still be recording that. You guys should be seeing my thing here. Let's do some more tests. Okay, I can't see this because I don't have enough monitors to be able to have this green screen thing showing and this at the same time. But can you guys tell me, like, did the text appear over the stream? Like, I'm gonna have to come back and watch it afterwards because I can't look at too many things at once. Or I could try to switch to OBS really quick. Are you guys seeing it? Is it appearing over the screen somewhere? Hey there. Glad I've made it. Hey, dzień dobry. Test again. So are you guys seeing it over the screen? Very faintly. Okay. Well, this is the general idea. I guess it will need some tweaking. It will be easier for me to do when I'm not on stream because then I have enough monitors to like look in all the places at once. But let's move this back over here. And I do not want to look at this green, so we'll change the clear color back for just for our eyes, so we don't go crazy. But that's the general idea, guys. We're gonna have a thing that will sit on top of the stream, and we'll be able to show whatever we want to put there. It seems kind of like this chat countdown thing, chat box thing is more or less working. I guess we have to implement all of the other chat types. Let's just do that real quick. It shouldn't be hard. And then we'll move on to maybe doing something else with our chat integration. So one was Discord. Let's bounce over here. And I guess I should look in chat for real. What OS is this? Some kind of Linux distro. Yeah, it's Ubuntu 20.04. I actually just updated to 20.04 over the weekend. I was on 18.04 before this weekend. But I'm using a tiled window manager called Notion, which is a fork of Ion, which I've been using since like 2001. And I just like can't use the computer any other way. I really should like find a modern tiled windowing manager that isn't quite as dated and unmaintained is the one that I use, but yeah, that's what I got going. So we're gonna check out Discord. Where is Discord in this list of payloads here? I see Facebook, I see Periscope. Did I miss Discord? Must have. YouTube, Mixer. Mixer's not very helpful. Twitch, where the heck was Discord? I'm just gonna search for it. Discord. Discord event payload. So event payload, right? But like, come on. Okay, we'll go to, we'll use this link again. Chat events. Get us back to the place in the docs here. And it is event type payload, then the name. So event type payload Discord. All right. So author, and we want name, and then text. So that's simple. Author, name, text. Chat text box and chat text. Event payload. Author. I think it's just name, and event payload text. And actually, because there's like way more people hanging out now, the eyeball count has gone up. We should maybe take another shot at playtesting the in development version of Retro Tank Party again, because I know at least one person on the chat is in Poland, so that would make for a good test. If you have the time to play test something quick on stream. Okay, so what do we got? We got Discord, then number 4. I forget what number 4 was. Number 4 was Twitch. So event payload Twitch. I'm sorry, I'm making a lot of funny faces right now. I like woke up this morning with like a sort of sore throat and runny nose, and I'm like sneezing all the time, which is why I'm making the face, because I'm like, I'm gonna sneeze. Either I'm getting some kind of head cold or I'm having real bad allergies, so sorry about that. All right, so Twitch, we get author, display name, and text. Okay, so that's the same as and there's actually some interesting stuff here, like the me modifier and the whisper modifier we might want to integrate. That would be kind of cool. But for now, this is exactly the same as one of the other ones. That's the same as this one, whatever number 5 was. I really should have made some constants for those, so I know what they are. And what do we have next? Number 11. Oops, 11. I'll switch these around. I don't know why it bothers me. They're not in chronological order, but okay. Number 11 is Facebook. So event type payload Facebook. And this one was personal, I think. So author name, which apparently is optional. It's got the question mark after it. Maybe they won't have a name. That's interesting. Oh, parent. If people are using like the kids version of Facebook, which my kids do use, it's Messenger Kids. They can access some stuff on Facebook for kids. Okay, but it might not be there. The name might not be there, so we'll need to have some sort of alternative. Let's jump over here, copy and paste. We'll copy and paste this one because it's closer. And it's name, but we will do get name. Say Facebook user, if they don't have a name. Oh, cool. Yeah, sorry. Well, so what we've been doing on stream for the last bunch of weeks is work on a network multiplayer game. And that involved like some crazy netcode network synchronization stuff, and then some physics stuff that we were doing last week. And then this week we're taking kind of a break to do this fun project, which is making a stream chat bot that we can maybe make the streams be a little more interesting going forward, I hope. So we're just going to get these IDs in here, get all these things going, do like one big test where everyone just says something and we see what happens. And then we'll do another Retro Tank Party playtest. Okay, so Facebook group. I don't have a Facebook group. I have a Facebook public page, so that's 13. Okay. Facebook personal. Wait, page text. Page text. Oh, and it's the same. It has the same stuff. Okay, so 11 and 13 are the same. And the last one is 15. Who's last? 15 is Periscope. Periscope text. Okay, so we have author, display name. You can be a super fan on Periscope. That's probably like their paid version, like when you're a member of someone's channel or something. Okay, so Periscope, display name, text. And that was 15. We had another one that was already display name text. We'll just throw 15 on there. All right, so theoretically, this should show chat messages from all of connected services. Let's try it out. Yeah. Oh, what did I do? I've been disconnected from Restream Chat. How did I get disconnected from Restream Chat? Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta log back in. Oh, some other people are already testing it. There we go. Oh, and I gotta do my TFA. Oh, and actually my messages won't show up. We have to do a different thing when I'm chatting from Restream. That's different than you guys chatting from the services, though. Thanks for testing it. Oh, Ross is testing Discord. Is anyone watching on Facebook? If someone's watching from Facebook, that'd be a cool test. I may have to log into my Facebook to try it, just so that we know. Okay, back in Restream Chat. I'll do a test here, which I think won't show up. I'll test in Restream. Because we didn't do a thing to account for that. Nobody on Facebook? Maybe I'll go on Facebook real quick. Yeah, I'm also on Twitch. There's also a Twitch one we got to test. It's just twitch.tv/snowpetgames. Let me. I'll do it on the screen. You guys can see. That makes most sense here. So Twitch TV, Snowpet Games. Oh, I guess I didn't do the capitals there. Just straight up Snowpet Games. I will get to be my one Twitch viewer today. I don't know if anyone's watching from Twitch. I hope that some people do. We had a couple of people a couple weeks ago on Twitch, but where is the chat box? Oh, am I gonna have to watch an ad? Give me the chat box. Come on. Well, I probably shouldn't be streaming and going to it at the same time. Anyone who has a chance, could you jump over to twitch.tv/snowpetgames and give it a shot? If anyone's on Facebook too, I'll try and do Facebook on my other screen. I'm not going to show that over there because I don't want to expose the stream of people who I'm friends with who may or may not want their Facebook information to be shown publicly on a stream. But I will go over on the screen that you guys can't see. And give this a shot. All right, here comes a Facebook message. This is Facebook on my page. Hey, Facebook! And then I also stream to my personal Facebook account because like I have more Facebook friends than my page has. I wanted to have some people actually try it. Hey, What Notary Twitch test! Thanks, Ross. I'm assuming you're What Notary. And where is this my personal one? I think so. This is my personal one. My Facebook personal. Twitch. Geek Swede. There we go. Cool. I think we tested everything except Periscope. We tested everything except Periscope. Let's try Periscope. I'll try and get in there. So twitter.com/snowpetgames. I think will get you to my Twitter, and then cross-posting. Here's my Periscope, I think. Yeah, this looks like my Periscope. I'll bring it over here so you guys can see it. Change the name. Snowflake Games. I think this is the one. Important news. Yes, 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 yes. Ding. Oh, no, I'm hearing myself. That's not good. Here's my Periscope, I think. Yeah, this looks like my Periscope. Okay, I'm typing it and then I'm getting out of here. Can see it. Did it send it? Okay, I'm closing it. All right. Hey, that was my testing. Cool. Picture is gray. Only chat is visible. Yeah. So the idea is that we're gonna make it be an overlay, but right now we're just building it. We're building this this app in Godot that is able to get the chat messages from Restream and then do something with them. And right now we are just displaying them on the screen. And as I was sort of demoing earlier, here, am I still on? Oh, you guys probably can't see me because I forgot to turn. Okay, hey, there I am. Hi. I forgot to switch this. Yeah, there's no emotes. We'll have to specifically support the emotes. If you're doing, I'm assuming your Twitch emotes you're thinking of in the Restream docs. So that'd be event type payload Twitch. So, oh man, Twitch is confusing. So for the author, we get their badges and their color, and if they're a subscriber, and how long they've been a subscriber for. Replaces. I'm not entirely sure how this is meant to work, but I think this somehow gives us like the image data to stick in Twitch emotes. I wonder if there's some specific docs about that, like below this section. Emojis. Oh, here we go. Okay, so emojis provided as UTF-8 symbols, your decision about whether to render them. Cases when event source has support for emojis. Replaces will be included into event payload. Replaces an array of objects with required from, to, and type fields, where from is a position in the event text from which you should start the replacement, and to is a position of replacement end. Replaces provided in reverse order so you can iterate over them. All images used for attachments are stored on event sources side. And I think the replacement is the URL, right? They're giving us a URL to shove in whatever emoji Twitch has given us there. So that is a cool thing we could add. But now that there's like a bunch of people watching, guys, like let's quick playtest retro tank party, retro stream party. I guess that's what we're doing today. Okay, hang on. So I haven't been watching chat real religiously. Let me go in here and see what everyone's been saying. Geek Sweet picture is gray. Yep. Okay, that's because I kind of messed up how I was showing things. Oh, YouTube emotes. You know, what is YouTube showing here? We'll see. Payload YouTube. YouTube text. It looks like they're not giving us anything for YouTube emotes, unfortunately. For whatever reason, Restream is not doing that. That sucks. YouTube is like the primary platform that people watch my streams. Could you tell which platform has the most amount of viewers at the moment? I can, if I go to the Restream dashboard, which I have open on one of my screens here. And these numbers are not hyper accurate. They tend to lag by a lot. But it says we've got 5 on YouTube, 1 on Facebook, 1 on Periscope, which I don't know if that's true, and 3 on Twitch. And if I go into YouTube, it actually says that I have 6 viewers, which is different than what Restream is saying. Anyway, I get kind of cool reports from Restream in the end. It's a pretty cool platform. I like it. Gives me the opportunity to try and reach out a little more. All right, so we were going to playtest. We were going to playtest, guys. Let me get Chrome running, and I will put the URL in again. into the chat. And while people are joining, I will give you guys the background to this game, since it seems there are a bunch of new people coming to the stream, which I'm super happy about. Yeah, Oshimosub. Oops, I meant to put the other thing first. The link that I put in, that is the how you get to the game, and then the other crazy bit of text, the UID. If you want to play on stream, you would go there, go to join a private match, and paste that in. Use Chrome or a Chrome-based browser, ideally, because the copy and paste has a tendency to not work in other browsers, and these IDs are long. So, yeah, we need to set up a tournament day, for sure. Yeah, so the bot sends messages from one platform to another platform, and Godot as well. Yeah, so there's the Restream bot, which what it does is it takes the messages from each of the platforms where it supports this, and echoes it to the other platforms. That's their bot. And then, ooh, Narox. I don't know who Narox is, but thanks for joining the match. And then our bot is connecting to the Restream API and listening to the events there, and then we're going to do stuff with them. Which so far we've just made that chat box that comes down. Ah, that's Christopher. Cool. From Sweden. Awesome. And then I want to do some other things with the chat messages. I was thinking making the like the usernames like bounce around the screen, which I think would be really cool. So anyway, Retro Tank Party. Retro Tank Party is a game that I made originally in 2019 for a game jam, and then Sudo recently like got it fixed up and released it on Steam, and did an update and whatever. And there was a game mode that I wanted to add, a football game mode. And it was being a little bit problematic in that, like, the way it's supposed to work is you shoot the other tank who's got the ball, and then the ball flies out of their hands. And the old network synchronization technique that I'm using in the released version of the game it's pretty inaccurate. It's a very naive network synchronization, and we would see this situation where you would like shoot the other person with the ball, and the ball wouldn't leave their hands, like it wouldn't go anywhere. And so up until now, the network synchronization, you wouldn't even notice that sometimes it had this problem. But in this game mode, you would. So I was like, okay, I'm going to redo the network synchronization. So for the past 8 weeks on stream and off stream, I've been working on, yeah, you can mute it. Go to the settings. Go to the settings. Mute the music in the settings. So we've been working on changing the network synchronization to rollback and prediction, which is most commonly used in competitive fighting games. And this version of the game is still super buggy. Like, I haven't converted everything from the old method to the new method yet. And the thing that I've been working on the past like couple of weeks is trying to make it deal better with Osman Pro HD. Thanks for getting in there. I've been working on making it deal better with packet loss. And so that's why I really want some European folks where there's definitely going to be some packet loss to make sure that we don't lose synchronization. So it's going to be buggy. It's going to be super buggy because I haven't fully converted it from the old network synchronization to the new network synchronization, but just so long as we don't lose synchronization, I will consider that a success. Oh, you can't get in there? Are you using Chrome? If you're not using Chrome, give that a shot. Osman Pro HD says, ignore the internet speed, my internet sucks. I mean, it's saying 300, 400 milliseconds. That looks like pretty crappy internet. So the numbers aren't lying. But yeah, Chrome if you can. Ross was saying earlier that the paste button, like the in-app button that says paste, seemed to work for him, but not Control V, where I've heard other people potentially have the opposite. But yeah, get in there, because like you're in Poland. I don't know where Norox, or Norox, you said you're in Sweden. Osman Pro HD, I don't know where you're at. Definitely let me know, because that will be interesting to know, you know, how many different regions we are connecting with. And Edge browser works, yeah. So I've heard people say Edge works and Brave works. Firefox seems to generally be a problem. We'll wait to see if... I don't know how to pronounce your screen name, man. Not Nionel. Oh, Osman's from the Middle East. That'll be a cool region interconnection. Nionel, tell me what your real life first name is, if you don't mind, or tell me how to pronounce your username. So I don't have to try and say Nionel all these times. All right, let's play, guys. Let's see how this goes. Hit I'm ready when you're ready, folks. And we'll get in there. All right, we're almost all ready. This is some serious ping time. I am looking forward to how badly this is going to go. Hopefully not so badly. So if anyone wants to see some network diagnostic stuff, you can press F11 and get that. I'm going to turn it off right now, though, because I just want to watch for the rubber banding. Ooh, so Osman Pro HD, I'm seeing a lot of rubber banding on you. But actually, it's tolerable. I mean, I can tell that you're rubber banding. I'm going to go near you just so I can see your rubber banding a little better. If I can find you. There you are. But, I don't know. That's pretty tolerable. Narox in Sweden. I am not seeing any rubber banding on you, Narox. Your movement is smooth as butter. It's looking good. Narox has been taken out. Oh, and Nionel here. I'm definitely seeing rubber banding on you. Oh no, we are losing sync! We are losing sync! Let me put up the network stuff. Ooh, it's totally peer number 3, which I think is our friend in the Middle East. Ooh, we'll see if we regain sync. We'll see if we regain sync. We regain sync. Oh, and the remote lag is huge, but it adjusted for it. Holy crap. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can keep playing. Wow, okay. You guys battle it out. I'm gonna watch the diagnostic information here. That was beautiful. That was beautiful, guys. And of course the audio is all screwed up in this version of the game, but we lost sync. I saw the rollback here, and the lag was like up to 20, which is the full size of our buffer. It only goes up to 20 frames. We went into resyncing, and we got back synced. And then, yep, here, you can see the remote lag and local lag was up to 20 for a second. We'll see what happens. And now we're back to 9 and 9. Okay. I know that seems bad. I know this seems bad, that we're losing sync and stuff, but the fact that it's recovering... I'm very proud of this today. For the folks who've been on here for previous weeks, we've definitely had it work way worse than this. Yeah, so given the latencies, we should hit a natural lag of about 9, 10. And we're kind of bouncing around in there. And the rollbacks will sometimes spike. Oh, now here we go. We've got a remote lag of 16. Ooh, a lag over here of 23, 23, okay. So we're hitting a ton of lag. It might not recover. Ah, synchronization lost. It worked better than it has recently. Oh my gosh. But we still lost sync in the end. I was hoping it would recover. I was hoping it would recover. Yeah, so Osman Pro HD, do not feel bad. But yes, I think the fact that you have this extra high latency is what is causing the game to lose sync. Because this network synchronization technique basically requires that we stay roughly in sync in real world time, and as we move out of sync, it will do things to adjust. But if the latency like moves up really high for a second, then everyone else will keep plowing forward, but without your data. And then if they get to the end of their buffer, we basically have to stop and wait for that data to come in. And I'm happy that it was actually able to recover 2 times from reaching that situation. Yeah, hardcore multi-continental match. I haven't been watching the rest of the chat. I probably missed a bunch of things. Oh, Leonard was trying to get in but couldn't because it was full. Oh, no worries, Christopher. Definitely keeping an eye on the kids is priority. But cool. Thanks for helping me test that. You know, I bet if we played in the standard version of the game with the same players, it would not break. Like, it wouldn't lose synchronization and kick us out. But like, Osman would be like jumping all over the place. And maybe we should try it. No wonder why MMOs and MOBAs big titles have divided areas so that people from NA won't play with EU ones. Yeah, well, actually, so an MMO or a MOBA wouldn't use rollback and prediction as their network synchronization technique. They would use some version of client-server where all of the clients would be sending their information as fast as they could to the server. The server would be maintaining its own simulation of the world, which would be the truth, right? And then it would be distributing it out to the other clients at some sort of rate, like 20 times a second or something like that. And then the clients would be taking that data and then displaying it, probably with some interpolation, probably with some extrapolation. So what that means is what you are seeing on each client is pretty different. Like, it's not going to be the same thing. The advantage of rollback and prediction, like I'm trying to use here, is that it's highly accurate, right? But it doesn't work for really big games with lots of players or lots of differences in latency, because you can't get out of sync, right? So in that like MMO situation I was describing with the server and the clients, and they're aggregating the data and sending it back out, the person with a bad connection would just have a bad experience. They would see everything like hopping around. It would be really hard for them to hit anything. But all of the people with the good latency would be having a good experience, right? And that's why those games use that type of network synchronization. Whereas with this technique, what I'm using here will actually kind of slow everyone down to match the slowest player and try to remain in sync that way. So like one player with bad latency or bad packet loss kind of makes the experience less good for everyone. Oh, people are still trying to join. That match is totally done, guys. Should we try another one with this version of the game? Here, I'll put a new match ID. Maybe some different people who want to get in now could give it a try. Oh, Elliot's got a roll. Thanks for hanging out, Elliot. It seems like mostly playable in most circumstances. Yeah, I think we really should have tried, and maybe we still can, playing the current version of the game with the same or similar set of players, because like the game is released, it's on Steam. Like, I don't necessarily want to say like, hey, you used to be able to play like with your friend from like Europe and South America at the same time, but like now you can't, and that would suck. But I don't know how playable it was anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't have kicked you out. It wouldn't have said we've lost sync and like we can't carry on. But it probably would have been so bad as to be, not very fun anyway. I don't know. We should try it. Oh, cool! A whole bunch of new people. So Arknakos and Ridosn. Can you let me know what region you guys are in? Because definitely it is interesting to see. I can tell that Radosysnim is either has bad internet or is very far away, because these are really high RTT times. All right, we're getting our Polish friend in here as well, Nyanel. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how this goes. And I'm going to turn off the network diagnostic stuff for the moment, because I want to first just eyeball the rubber banding. I want to see what the level of jank in the experience is, and then I'll start watching the numbers to kind of see what we've got going. 9L, are you able to hit the I'm ready button? Oh, Leonardo is Aknakos. I'll just call you Leonardo because that is your name and much easier to say. All right, so let's give this a shot. Okay, there's going to be a delayed start because it's trying to make sure we start out synchronized. And one of our players had a really high RTT. Oh no, are we going to be lost out of the gate? No! No! Unable to change scene. Hey, Unfa! How's it going? Alright, so... Now says, basically the MMOs go in favor for the majority while you favor the minority. Well, so it's actually a question of favoring accuracy versus favoring different things. There's always trade-offs. There's no perfect network synchronization technique. Karim Anas. Okay, so North Africa. Wow, we are getting like some real regional diversity. Okay, for whatever reason, we couldn't even start that match. It did not say which peer was unable to connect. We're starting to get a little Polish contingent going here. Awesome, glad to hear that you're doing well. I don't know if anyone wants to try this again. It seems like maybe not because no one's jumping in. All right, we'll give it one more shot. We'll give it one more shot, and then if you guys are willing to mess around with it, how much time have we got? We're getting 11:11. I would like to try the current version of the game, the not work in progress, but the released version, to see how it responds. So, Kareem, your latency isn't too bad. Ooh, whoa! It just jumped way up there. But for the most part, it was staying like in the low hundreds. Oh, and it is bouncing around. Bouncing around probably means packet loss. So that's interesting. We'll have to see how that works. To polish my Polish. I get it. I get it. All right, let's ooh, and here we go. Osman Pro HD. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's see what we get. Lionel, hit that I'm ready button. Ooh man, Osman Pro HD. That is some high latency. Okay, let's see what happens. And after this fails in whatever way it's going to fail, I'd like to try the released version of the game. Oh, we lost resync straight out of the gate. Let me look at the numbers. Oh my god, look at these latencies. 1 second of latency? There's no way this is going to be playable. Well, I can't even drive. Oh, because I'm hitting the wrong keys. Okay. Oh, maybe it is playable. No. Oh my god. Hey, guys. Like, this is... Oh, we lost someone. For like a split second there, it was like almost working. Okay. Let's change things up. We're gonna try the version on itch really quick. And I'm gonna see how the old network synchronization technique stands up. I'll give you guys the link. And I'll get a new match ID. As soon as it loads. Loading very slowly. No, Osman, please join the next game actually, because I want to see, basically, we know that the level of latency between me and you, at least, like, is way too high for us to play a game in the old network synchronization technique, right? What I want to see is how playable it is with the old network synchronization technique. And so it would be great if you could join the next game, and then we can see like what the difference is, right? Because well, this game will actually work better because it's less buggy because it's the released version. But I want to compare the two network synchronizations. So let me get a match ID. Ah, is copy and paste failing for me already? Oh my god! And I'm in Chrome. Let's see. Control C. No, nothing. Itch. Yeah, so I have this problem sometimes where I do it in itch and it doesn't work. I was like just playing. Okay, let me try. I'm gonna try Firefox just for the heck of it. No, not here. Oh, you know what? Nobody, like, the player counts are low enough. Here's what we'll do. We won't copy and paste match IDs. Everyone go over to find public match. I'm going to crank this up to 4 players. Yeah, no one else is going to be looking for 4 players right now. So go over to public match, crank that up to 4 players, hit the button. We'll use matchmaking to get connected. Maybe that's what we should always do, to be honest, rather than pasting those match IDs. The Clean! Hello, welcome to the stream! Oh, Leonardo, feedback. When clicking, it's easy to misclick the browser navbar. My browser just went haywire at that point. So I think if you go into settings, which you can do while you're in the game when you're already in a match, and you turn on full screen, it will go full screen and you won't have the navbar. I do have a fixed schedule of the Clean. Fridays, starting at 10 a.m. CDT, which is 1500 UTC, and we go for about 2 hours. So we're going another 45 minutes or so. Sometimes we go a little bit over. But yeah, looking forward to seeing you around. I might have missed it. Itchlink? Oh, yeah, did it not sync to Twitch? Totally didn't. Internal error, sending the message to Twitch. So, if you can see it up here, you can go to dsnowpeck.itch.io. And then on there, you'll see all my games. So you can click on Retro Tank Party. And hopefully you'll be able to get in there, Ross. I don't know how many people are also in the matchmaking queue because it like won't match us until there's 4 people. Because I cranked it up to 4. I just didn't want it to start prematurely. So folks, if you are in the matchmaker, let me know in the chat so that I know how many people are currently in the matchmaker. If it turns out that like 3 people are in there and a 4th isn't going to join, we can all exit out and then set the minimum number to 3 again and join that way. So just let me know. And then after this, we'll return to the project that we were supposed to be working on, which was this chatbot implemented in, oh, hey, it's still running. It's just like running in the background. We're implementing a Restream chatbot in Godot, which this whole time has just been picking up the chat messages. And we have this like box thing going. Okay, cool, Leonardo, you're in there. So me and Leonardo. Osman is in. Do we have a 4th? Can a 4th person join the matchmaking queue in the itch version? I know that Ross was trying to get in there. Come on, guys. One more, just one more. So what I was thinking, we actually still do kind of have a thing to finish here. Okay, so Unfa. We have switched away from using the match ID. We're not doing the match ID. Instead, go in when you first go into the game and it asks if you want to create a private match, join a private match, or matchmaking. The last one, go to the matchmaking one and join it. And there's a whole bunch of other people already in the matchmaking queue. As soon as a 4th person joins it, I think we're gonna get shunted into a match. We just need one more person to join the matchmaking queue. It'll be a race between Unfa and Ross. Who can get in there? So yeah, when we do get back to hacking, when we get back to doing our game dev in Godot, we built this thing, which I think is good. I mean, I don't know if I'll really use it in real life because it worries me putting the chat right into the video in case someone does come and say something inappropriate. But I want to do another thing where the usernames of the people who are chatting like bounce around the screen, which I think I will actually put on my streams, which I think could be cool. And maybe they'll bounce off the edges or bounce off each other. I'm not entirely sure. We could get real excessive and have when they crash into each other have like a particle explosion or something crazy. Someone else joined the matchmaking queue. Okay, so you're matchmaking. That's 4 people matchmaking. So the delay should be 15 seconds. It should be, once 4 people are in the matchmaking queue, 15 seconds, and then we should be in. work? Will it work? The clean is registered. Everyone to the matchmaking queue. Somehow we will join. Somehow we will connect. Okay, I'm going to try leaving the matchmaking queue and rejoining with, let's say, 3 players. Find at least 3 players. And I'm going to wait 15 seconds and see who I get. Yeah, Osman. Let's try again. Exit out and go back into the matchmaking queue. Oh, it was showing 2 people? Okay, so if it shows 2 people, then that means you've actually been matched. So you matched with somebody. When it's looking for match, then it will match you and then you can start. I really want to get matched with Osman. Hey, and I got the clean and Osman. So sorry to anyone else who's trying to get in. This has just been such a hassle getting in here. I think I'm going to give it a try. I mostly want to see how Osman, how his network works with the released version of the game. So let's try it. Oop, I got to change my controls because I'm on the modern controls, which I just cannot play with. So return to match. All right, let's get in here. Yeah. So it's not going to desync us. Whoa! But it might be unplayable. I'm going to see if I can get some power-ups. Since this game is not totally busted, like the power-ups will work and everything. Ooh, I'm going to be invisible. No one will see me coming. Yeah, Osman's like not taking damage either. Yep. So it's oh, I'm getting destroyed in here. Jeez. Zap. Ah, needed to use my zap. All right, so didn't desync us. Ooh, or maybe it did. Oh no, we're still good. We're still good. We're still going. Osman, is your client still working? Yeah, you're taking damage. Oh, look at that delay. So I hit him, and then watch how long it takes for the damage to happen. So that's the delay right there. That's the delay for the information to get to his client. Alright. Yeah, well, if you hit me, it'll receive the damage, see? Yeah, it's Osman. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks, guys. So this is very instructive. That I feel better about things from that. So what that means is, in the old network synchronization technique, me and Osman would be able to play together even with the big latency and packet loss between us. But like with him being kind of invincible, because I could never hit him, and when I did hit him, it didn't register because there was this big delay between our clients. So the old network synchronization technique is more robust to these big latencies and packet losses, but it's super inaccurate, right? Like where I'm shooting and where he thinks I'm shooting are going to be like 2 totally different places. So let me see what everyone's saying. Leonardo, I'm pretty new here, so maybe repeated question. Are these networking approaches planned to be plugins one day? Oh, yeah, so the rollback and prediction thing that we've been building, I'm going to make it into a Godot add-on for the Godot asset library. The code is all open source. You can get it. The code for this game, Retro Tank Party, both the released version on Steam and the version that we've been working on, which is this rollback branch, are available on GitLab, licensed under the MIT license. And the network synchronization stuff I've been building as an add-on in here, network-sync-rollback, which once it's finished, once it's actually working well enough with the game, I'm going to put on the Godot asset library. So there's actually people who are using it already, who I've been chatting with on my Discord or over on some other Discords related to GGPO or networking or this kind of stuff. But nothing that's finished. Everything's in progress. What else? Not in the game, it's still showing the winner board screen. Ah, well, so I quit out, so the match doesn't exist anymore. But, yeah, no, so I don't know how far I got into saying what I was saying, but the fact that we were also being unable to play together in the released version of the game makes me feel better about the new network synchronization, because even though the old version wouldn't crash, like wouldn't say, oh, we lost sync, it was kind of unplayable. Like it didn't really work. And the net result of that basically is that Osman, you're going to need to play with people who live near you. Relatively speaking, like you probably have to play with people who are, you know, in Europe, or we had someone who was in North Africa, or you know, who are closer regionally, where you wouldn't have as high of a latency and high of packet loss. And you know, I'm going to have to play with people who are in North America or South America, and ideally European people with very fast connections, because that has kind of worked okay. Cool. Thanks, Clean. Glad you like the controls. That used to be one of the biggest complaints until I added the new control scheme. Anyway, let's move on from testing Retro Tank Party. Thanks so much for testing that with me. That was awesome. It is some great anecdotal data points to have about this. I was super happy in one of the matches where the game was actually able to recover sync a couple of times. So I'm feeling good about it. I think we're still, at this point, full speed ahead on the rollback and prediction network synchronization. I'm going to keep working on that. Next week, we might go back to working that on stream. This week was kind of a break working on this chatbot. So let's dig back into our chatbot, if you guys don't mind. And actually, like, if you are still interested in network stuff, like, let me know. Like, whatever questions you guys have, I'm happy to stop coding and just chat. But yeah, so there was one more thing I wanted to add here. We are getting the chat messages from all of the services that I'm streaming to and putting them in our chat box, but we are not getting the chat messages that I send via the Restream chat client thing, which I think I did grab what the messages look like when I was checking this out on Friday. Yeah, so we've been looking at action event, and for the messages that I send, that's reply created. And I don't think we get an author, because the author is me. Yeah, we just get the text and some identifiers. I don't know why there's a Twitch, Discord, whatever. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Event source ID 1? Or was this me on Discord? No, from Restream chat. This one's from Discord. I don't know why. Oh, event source ID. I was thinking event type ID. Event type ID is Discord. Event source ID, I'm not sure what that is. All right, so we just need to do one quick thing to make this work. So we are looking at action event. We need to look elif data action equals reply. And what is the data in there? We have a payload, and the payload contains the text, and that should be simple enough. We will do, we'll grab payload, same as we're doing up here. Hit the wrong button there. Hit end instead of, or page down, I think, instead of the key I was trying to hit. And we will do chat text box, add chat text. And the author is me, so I guess we'll say dsnowpack. That should probably be configurable for if anyone else wants to use this code, but we'll leave it that way for now. And payload text. And let's give it a try. Let's see if we're ready to move on from this chat text box and do some other cool stuff. Loading. There we go. Hey, and there's dsnowpack. Cool. Let me see what the messages are. Leonardo has to go. Cool. Yeah. Look forward to seeing you at the next chats. Ross is saying, is it possible to turn off anti-aliasing on the Godot text? It may help with the green screen faintness. That is a good point. Yeah. So I'm using like whatever the default font is. Osman Pro HD, it's working! I'm using the default text, which is some like weird TTF font. If I switched it to a pixel font, and then also made sure that I was using like perfectly square pixels, I think there would be no anti-aliasing. So we can implement that. Let's do that. Well, first of all, let's commit what we got to Git. Like I said, almost all of the work that I do is open source. You guys can go check out the code for this anytime you would like. It's on my GitLab page, gitlab.com/snowpeck-games, I think. It might be Snowpeck Games without the dash. I don't know. Give both a try. One of them will get you there. All right, so this is implemented chat text box to show all recent chat messages. I would kind of like for the messages to fade away, like, you know, it is sort of like as things get older, they move off the screen, but I would kind of like for them to just like fade away, which we could implement too. I don't know. I kind of want to move on from this chat box thing, though. I want to move to the bouncing usernames. Oh, but before we do that, the thing that Ross said about the fonts. So let's grab the same font from. Oh, it already does. What's in it? What's in the assets directory? Oh, my logo. And there's a font in there too. Okay, cool. We already have the font. I was going to say we should copy the font from Retro Tank Party, but it appears I already did that. I think what I should do is create a Godot theme so that I can easily, you know, put this font. Oh, I do have one. I have a theme T-Res already. I'm like way ahead of myself. Okay, so this is not a control. This is a control. Let's find where the theme is. Oh, sorry guys, I had to sneeze. I got some head cold or allergy thing going. Alright, so the theme is in there. So if we look at it, this should at least show us the pixel font. And it's huge! Future planning, I like it. Wow, so okay, this font needs to be way smaller. Maybe I don't want the theme here. Thank you. So the theme is what I was using on the countdown page, so it's like a super huge version of the font, which we probably don't want. So maybe let's ditch this theme. Let's clear this, and instead we're just going to set a custom font, normal font, a new dynamic font, and let's grab that font data monogram extended, and this will let us set the size, which I don't know, 18, 20, something like that. Let's try that. Test 1 million. Still kind of small, Let's increase this, maybe 24. Or actually, I should adjust the resolution too. That's important. So we want. We need to go to window, and this is not a good resolution for us. I have no idea how I came up with that. We need something that's 16:9 because that is what my screen is, and I'm always going to be showing it full screen. So. Is that... I need to look up some 16:9 resolutions. We don't want something too big, because we're using this pixel font. Maybe this one? 1280 by 720? Maybe smaller? 1024. Oh, that's where I came up with it. It's a... Okay, cool. So I get where, wait, it's almost a perfect 16:9. Okay. And we need to adjust how we are stretching. I think 2D is right. I think 2D is what we want. And I think keep is what we want too. So what I'm trying to get is something that just multiplies the pixels and doesn't leave us with any kind of sub-pixel rendering, which I also want to make sure, I think that's under render. 2D render. No, these are render layers. Rendering 2D. I want to make sure we have pixel snap. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Let me show this. Let's go full screen. So I'm imagining that my face is hanging out over here, and then the text is over here. We can actually try it. Let's actually try it. Let's give this a shot. We will change the clear color. What I need to add is a button that just changes the clear color. Let's do that. Do I have a global autoload? I do. I'm very fond of doing my global autoload. We will do unhandled input, and let's make a thing for the clear color, an input action here. This will be toggle green screen, we'll call it. Toggle green screen, and I'm going to bind it to the C key. And we'll do if event is action pressed toggle green screen, and we will swap the clear color. So we'll need something to track the clear color, or we could just test it, I guess. No, here's what we'll do. We'll make a constant green screen color, which I think we can do because color is a primitive, equals color, and it goes red, green, blue, alpha. And we can say, how do we adjust the clear color at runtime? What is chat saying? Can you make the background transparent? Yes, that is, I cannot make the window background transparent, at least in my windowing manager. I spent a bunch of time trying, but I can make it all green and then use OBS to remove it. So that's what we're gonna do. Let me get to the Godot docs really quick. Say, Godot, GDScript, change clear color. So I know how we would change the project settings from GDScript, but I don't know how we change the runtime value, which is probably like on the visual server or something. If you want to change it. Okay, here we go. Visual server. Add set default clear color. Perfect. So we need to actually get the current clear color. So it's like current clear color equals, we'll just put this here for now. I'm betting it's visual server get default clear color. Can I not get it? Lame. So I guess we'll have to keep a boolean as well. So say var, say like green screen on, and it will start out as false. So we'll say, first we'll toggle the value, green screen equals not green screen, and then if green screen on, then we will set the clear color to green screen color, and otherwise we'll set it to the default clear color, which I'm not sure what that is. We'll make a constant for it. We'll say default screen color, and let's go see what it is. The default clear color. No, do not do this. Let me just search. Okay. Clear color. Default clear color. Can you turn those into raw values? All 0.3s. Okay. So 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, and 1 for the alpha. And we will just swap these. And then I can toggle this terrible green anytime I want. So let's run this scene and test if it works. I think I bound it to C. There we go. All right. So let's do the OBS settings if it lets me. But will you see from your perspective the green chat background? I will see green. I was trying to get a third monitor set up so I could have that always live on a third monitor, because one of the things that sucks with OBS for whatever reason is it will not capture information from windows that are not visible, which might not actually be OBS. That might be like maybe they're not even rendered. Maybe windows that aren't visible aren't rendered, so it can't capture them. But it means that I have to have a screen dedicated to this chat thing. So hang on, let's run it. I will move it off of the screen that you guys are seeing. And I can do that, yep. I'll move it off of the screen onto my other screen. There we go. I'll make it green. I'll go into OBS, and I guess I only put it on here, on this OBS scene, and that doesn't seem like it's working. You guys are gonna have to let me know. Are you seeing me covered by a black square, or are you seeing me normal? And if you're seeing me normal, can you chat? Chat something and see what happens. Maybe I'll chat on my phone if I can get there. If someone else doesn't chat before me. Hey, okay, test 1, 2, 3, Osman Pro HD. So are you guys seeing that? Is that appearing like on top of you know, my Godot window here, and my face over in the corner and all that stuff? I can't check, because if I check, then the window goes away and... Someone tell me. I will go look. I will open up my own stream on my phone. You see it! You see it! A bit fairly faint again. Okay, well we can try... let's mess with this while it's running, because that's a thing we can do in Godot, because Godot is amazing. Let me just like crank up the size. So I cranked it way up. That is size 38, which is not a multiple of 16, so that's not good. Let me try 16 times 3 gets us to 48. Ooh, way too big. So I guess 16 times 2 is all we got, 32. Compression is killing it. Interesting. Yeah, that's true, Ross. The solution might be more OBS stuff. And again, if I switch away from this and I go to OBS, I'm not going to see it. Oh, actually, I'm seeing it. That's weird. I wonder if it's going to disappear at some point. Okay, let me see. What can I do in OBS here? We've got properties. Oh, I broke it. I broke it. Where did it go? Stream tools, stream tools, stream tools. Totally broken. All right, let me go back to it for a second. This is why I need another screen. Okay, so that is up there. I'll let it sit for a second, wait for OBS to hopefully pick it up. I'm gonna switch back over here. And yeah, when I'm looking at it in OBS, like it's super thin and weird. Let me look at filters. So I have this chroma key thing, similarity. What if I just crank similarity way down? Well, that's interesting. So it gets like a weird green outline, but it should be a perfect green. It's got to be some compression thing. Color spill reduction. Huh. Smoothness. Okay, let's make the color similarity a little bit. Ooh, well let's... How's that look, guys? Or you might actually be seeing it because I'm editing it in real time. Let me go back to the window. And possibly rendering the game window at a higher resolution will give you more wiggle room. Yeah, I mean the game is rendering at the resolution that the window is. I'm just configured the resolution in the settings because that's sort of like the virtual size. I guess we could try. Hey, it's looking. You're saying it's looking pretty decent now? I am happy about that. So our final solution will maybe work. I'm also noticing that the usernames are in a different font. I should adjust that. So that would be the bold font because I believe I made those bold. So let's do new dynamic font. Settings. I guess it's gonna be the same settings. I should maybe just make a resource for this. We'll clear this. I'll make this one into a resource. We'll save. Put this in chats. Be like chat font. And then I'll bring the chat font over into the bold font. And if I save, will that sync over? Apparently not. Synchronize scenes. It should. Bold font, bold italics, mono font. I mean, it's just bold. Maybe try restarting it. That'll mess up OBS though. Let me put some chat in there and see what we're getting. Okay, so now the usernames are in the right font. I don't know, guys. I'm hoping that's looking good. How much time do we have? We have 15 minutes. Let's see if we can make something else cool. Yeah, please throw things in the chat. Osman's got the right idea. All right, I'm just gonna leave that up. And I guess it means I can see the chat because it's got this window is taken over by the chat, but I can't do anything else. Like I can't look at the eyeball numbers or my stream rate numbers or any of the other things I usually have on that screen. So we have this chat text box. It's saved to its. Oh, I want to make this into its own scene, I think. Let's save branches scene. This will go in chat. So we'll have the option of making a text chat box if we want. And I guess the code here for populating that, yeah, we'll probably want to put that somewhere like reusable someday. For now, I think I'm just going to copy this, I guess, and I'll comment out the one we did before, and we'll make a new one that does something else interesting. Comment everything out. All right, and we still want to look for these events. We don't want to look for apply created, because what I want to do, need brighter colors for the names. That's probably true, because it's a blue. Something closer to white we probably want. Oh, and you know what? It would be kind of nice, but maybe, I don't know if it's best idea, we could put like a sort of semi-transparent box behind it, which would definitely make everything more legible. Let's just try it. Let's just try it before I dig into something else. So this is now its own thing, because I made it to its own scene. Let me just look at the chat scene. So it's got this size over here. And when I go to this chat box, it has the same size. Okay, so I don't want that to be the case in its own scene. I want it to cover the whole screen, full rect. And then I will put a color rect. And I want this to also be full rect, but I want it to appear below its parent, which I forget exactly how to do that. Show behind parent, there we go. And I want to make the color be black and set a kind of alpha. So let's say, I don't know, 64. And so if I save that, and I go over here, it screwed everything up, but I can fix it. So we need to move this out, and I need to resize it. Let's give it a rect. Ooh, it's got some weird decimal size breaks. Let's go 200 by 100. How come I don't see it? How come I don't see its bounds? That is really weird. I'm gonna put some default text in here or something. Text. And why don't I see it? That is so strange. Okay, so here's a text chat box. Should I have not made this be full rect? But like, I do want it to be full rect. I want it to take the full size, and then I want to resize it over here. Maybe it needs a control to be its parent. Let's just try that just to solve the mystery. Okay, it needs a control to be its parent for some reason. And then it's like really weird. It's like not in the right spot. What is happening? Oh, hang on. Is it like, am I messing with it live and that's what's screwing everything up? Let me kill this. And maybe I'll even restart Godot because like, what on earth is happening? There's no anchors. There is a margin, but that's right because I resized it. Rect, because I resized it. Go over here. Okay, let me see. Did I do something weird with the anchors? 0011, that seems fine. All zeros, that seems fine. Rect will be some random value because that's the full size of the screen. I might restart Godot, come back in here. Let's start that back up. I actually got to do a thing where I pull in some variables because it's got my Restream creds, API creds. Here, I'll make this big so you guys can see it. And then I start Godot from this terminal, and it will have those creds in environment variables. That's a trick to not commit your credentials to your Git repo. And let's see what's going on when we open up chat, the chat scene. No, it's still weird. It's still weird. What is happening? This is the weirdest. All I wanted to do is make it into its own scene. And now, like, everything's gone crazy. 300 by 300. And then it comes out over there. What is happening? Oh, okay, so the control is offset from the chat box. Oh, okay, I got it. I got it. So this needs a min size of something, say 500 by 300, and it should fill. The control is how big? Okay, no, here we'll do this one 500 by 300, and this control we'll do full rect. And now if we resize this control, it should resize the underlying text box. Okay, we've returned to sanity. No, don't drag you. Drag you. Ah! Okay, we've almost returned to sanity. I was resizing the wrong box. We're going to leave the box the same size. We're going to move it over here. I'm going to get rid of this text. And I'm going to go see what everyone is saying in chat, because I did see some things come up in chat, and I don't have it up on my screen. Okay. Different colors for different people in chat. That would be cool. I don't know how I'd configure it other than just doing it in code. But yeah, it would be cool to give different colors for different people in chat. Nionel, how long did it take you to learn networking for game dev? So I've been doing networking in some fashion, not for game dev, for a really long time. I'm trying to think, like, what would I have been working on first? But I don't know, in my career as a developer, I've worked mostly on the web, which means building different client-server things in various situations. I remember I built like a real-time chat web thing back before there was like Ajax. And that was crazy. I built like a message queue thing that, you know, there were no good open source message queues in like 2003 or whatever it was that I did that. That was a little client server networking thing. So I don't know. I've been doing networking in general for a long time. For game dev, I don't know, because I did like some really bad game dev networking projects back in the early 2000s. I think like I've gotten serious about it and like really tried to level up my game dev networking game probably starting in 2019, maybe? I don't know. Networking's hard, but it's a kind of hard that works really well for me. There's other hard problems that I'm bad at. I'm bad at rendering. Like anything related rendering, also hard, but like just doesn't work with my brain. Networking seems to work for me. The clean, it may take text from BB code, so testing with plain text may not work. Oh, you're right. You're totally right. I was just jumping around trying stuff. It turned out to work, which is crazy. Did the BB code enabled get turned off? No. Well, good catch, the clean, but it seemed to work for my test in the end anyway. Move the chat text box child. Yeah, it turned out in the end that I was moving the child instead of the parent and all sorts of wackiness that I wasn't expecting. But we are good now, I hope. And let's show this and switch it to the green and move it over to my other screen. Stream tools. And And yeah, we need some new chat in there. More chat. And then let me jump over here. Is it not working now? Oh no! I broke it. I broke it in too many ways. Let me look in remote and see what we have happening. Oh, so BB code text, there's nothing in there. If I put some stuff in there, will it appear? Strangely, no. Let's hide our color rect. Maybe our color rect is blocking things? No. Oh man, I'm like trying to do like, let's do a quick thing and throw a partially see-through rectangle under it. Like that's gonna work. And now I've broken everything. So the text just plain isn't appearing. Why? Why is the so I've hidden the color rect. This text box is here. It's got a rect size. If I go back to local, I want to see the scene. If I put text on here, it appears there. If I put BB code in text, it appears there. If I put BB code here, save it, and switch to here, it appears there. What did I do? Oh! I am missing that there is a debugger message. Okay. Add text chat base null instance. Alright, so I've got, let's jump over here. Text chat box from the perspective of this scene. What scene is this? I want to be in the chat scene, and this is the script on the chat scene. And from here, oh, because I put it in a control. Okay. Probably chat, you guys are yelling at me like, it's in a control, just go fix that. I'm just an idiot over here, not quite getting it. Alright, and now, the debugger is not yelling at me. Okay. And let me put something in chat. And is it gonna appear? Oh, it's because I started changing this already. God. Okay, someone else put something in chat. Because it's not gonna show my messages because I already deleted this bit. I guess I could put this bit back. I'm just being too chaotic here, jumping all over the place from one thing to the next thing. Well, I guess now it'll show my chat because I just changed the code again. Oop. There we go. What knot are you? Okay, you guys gotta tell me. With that semi-translucent box, does that help? Things looking better with that? Or is that screwing things up? I guess I can try and sneak into OBS and see if I can see what it looks like. I'm not seeing it at all. Oh no, I am. There we go. What knot are we test? And it's actually kind of like removed the transparent box. Actually, I think this transparent box thing is just plain not going to work because of the way we're doing this. We're doing this with a chroma key. Which means that from the perspective of OBS, it's not transparent. It's just a darker green. It's just a darker green. So actually, what if I don't add the box in Godot? What if I add the box in OBS? I probably shouldn't just start like putting crap in OBS while we're streaming, but it's the end of the stream, so I can only break it so bad, right? Okay. Well, let's make this smaller. Say 500 by 300, because you know that's the dimensions of the thing. And I will put it under here. That needs to go there. And then let's change the properties on this box to make it see-through. I hope we can make it see-through. Can we do that? Alpha channel. Oh, it's actually going to be bigger than that, right? Because it was 500 by 300 in the... How's that look, guys? Super faint. OBS is mostly keying it out. So, that doesn't sound good. Apparently this box needs to maintain its aspect ratio. I don't know. In the end, I don't really want to do this anyway. I don't really want to put all the chat messages over the video, at least before I have some way to like moderate them or, you know, get rid of any nasty things that might end up in there. I don't know. Worth a try, though. It was worth a try. I will turn off the transparent box for now. And, man, we're like so close to being out of time. How quickly could we throw together like some bouncing names? I guess I'll keep this in chat. Let's make like a new scene. We'll say chat name. Ross is saying, wait, that message was from like 2 minutes ago. Oh, the clean says it's fine. So maybe, you know, maybe that transparent box in OBS could be a thing if we want to go with that. If we want to go with the showing the chat over the stream. Okay. Let me do a 2D scene. We want to get our chat names bouncing. So chat name. I guess I'd really want to put a sprite there, but I don't have time to make a cool sprite. So we'll just put a color rect. So let's do color rect. And I don't know, names kind of are that shape. We'll add a label. And this will be this username. And we want it to have our font that we were doing before, our chat font. Custom fonts. Or actually, no, I can just put this up here. There we go. And we'll put in a little bit of test text here, username. And I guess we want our color rect to not be white. Color rect will be blue, maybe? I don't know, it's a random choice. And so these we'll want to have a script that just kind of bounces them around back and forth. Just some really easy Godot-ness here. We'll make a vector. I don't know. Vector 2. Func process. I guess we need to pick an initial direction. I guess we'll do that already. Is this wishful thinking, guys? Am I not going to be able to pull anything off in a couple minutes? Hey, Renee. How's it going? It's been a super long time since I've chatted with you. MC Gowomp? Hey, MC Gowomp. How's it going? All right, guys. What I really want to implement, and maybe I'll just explain it because we're basically out of time. What I want to implement that I think I actually will use on the next stream, which we may go back to working on netcode and physics, I'm not sure. Or maybe we'll work on adding more features to this thing, I don't know. But what I want to add is a thing where every person who chats will like spawn a little like thing with their username and have it kind of bounce around the screen and then slowly fade away until they chat again, right? With the idea that it's both interesting, it's something interesting to look at, and will perhaps encourage people to chat more. Because I want more people to be chatting on my streams. So that's what I would like to implement, and maybe some cool shader stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. Thanks for everyone coming to watch the stream. MC Goump, I'm not from Poland. I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. but I speak Polish. Renee, yeah, good to see you, man. I'm doing this every Friday if you want to come chat, or like DM me on Facebook or something if you want to catch up. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming. I'm going to be back at it next week Friday at the same time, going for about the same time. And if you want to chat with me in the meantime, here I'll put up my thing with the Discord thing at the bottom. I think that's the direction I should be pointing. To come hang out and chat about things in the meantime. I'm sharing stuff I'm working on and playtesting things as I'm working on stuff too, so it's a good time. Lots of good folks there. Anyway, thanks again, everyone. Thanks for coming. Hope to talk to you sometime soon. Bye-bye.